Hello everyone and welcome back to the Multi-Battle League Season 2. I'm that guy Harvey and finally, I am joined by my Ludicolo brother. It is Juan Marvel.
Hello everybody. Good day, good afternoon, and good evening all you MBL fans.
We're very happy to have you all here and listening to us. We're very happy to have you here, Juan. Finally, you missed out on the drawing video. You missed out on week 1, but finally you're here for week 2, and hopefully you enjoyed all these games this week.
Yes, I have done all the analysis that I can. I apologize for not being here for the first 2 videos that I was supposed to be in. Life, when it hits you hard, rough.
Oh,
That's all I got to say.
Life really came back and hit Juan, which is really unfortunate, but we have you now, and we are ready to go right into these matches, starting with Team Blue Hunnits against Team Subs. Blue Hunnits bringing Hippowdon, Oranguru, Megastelix, Togetic, Deoxys, and Tapu Lele. Team Subs bringing Shiftry, Crobat, Mew, Seismitoad, Clefable, and Mega Lucario. Right off the bat, Shiftry put in all the work in this match. Early on, Shiftry's a god. I didn't think it would do too much. Turns out I was wrong.
Definitely in a doubles league format, all these random mons that you would quote-unquote see in singles format really shine a lot. You can like Shiftry's utility in terms of if you have like a team that likes to set up hazards and such like that, it gets defog. It's a great knockoff. It's just probably a real, like, I think as base. It's like one of the top stronger knockoff users, if I recall correctly. But yeah, the first turn 1, just focusing that the Oranguru, making sure to not get Trick Room up, really put it on a back foot off the bat for Team Blue Hunnits.
That was a really good turn 1. The Super Fang lowering it down more than enough for knockoff to knock it out. It's a very good turn 1 for them. Team Blue Hunnits really struggled to recover after that, but they did play slightly well, I would say.
Yeah, no, They
played well considering the circumstances they were put in after that turn 1.
Oh my gosh, yeah. After the turn 1, even though they played as well as they can after that turn 1, making sure that the follow me, redirected all the attacks. It was just not enough. It was. I can just say the amount of like unnecessary things that happened to them is just unfortunate. There was a poison. There was a Scald, there was a Para, there was a full Para.
When it mattered.
There was.
When it mattered.
Yeah. Yeah, and also I'm pretty sure there was also a Rock Slide miss as well.
Yeah. Let's just run down the list, shall we? The first time poison with Sludge Bomb from Seismitoad, I believe. Was it Seismitoad?
No. It was from Seismitoad onto the Togetic.
Yeah, Seismitoad onto Togetic. No, that was the first one. Second one, Scald Burning first time on Megastelix.
Also from Seismitoad.
Seismitoad also putting in the work. Seismitoad has been very underrated, I think.
No, I 100% believe. Like, I see it in singles format doing so well. Its transition into doubles format is not even a question in terms of the utility it gets.
And they've utilized it really well as the mon they just wanted to use. The predicted switch on the Z move was a very nice.
From whose side, may I ask?
It was Team Subs switching into a Z move. I cannot remember what mon it was. I think it was Seismitoad switching into a Z move from Team Blue Hunnits.
Yes. That was. Yeah, I think it was a Z shattered. It was a Shatter Psyche onto the Crobat slot, which then was a Seismitoad. Or no,
Seismitoad protected and took very little damage from the Lele Shattered Psyche, which just allowed it to sit there and continue being a problem.
Oh yeah, that mons will always be a problem. My god, it just. My definite play that I would give to Team Subs was the Transform play.
Oh, the Transform was fantastic. They were going through every possibility they could have on that turn. Like, do we transform into the Lele just for fun? Do we transform into our own Mega Lucario to have 2 Mega Lucarios just for fun? That was a bad idea because the Powder would have killed them both.
Yes, very much. I'm pretty sure that pretty sure that crit EQ did not matter in the slightest in terms of the Mega Lucario.
Not entirely sure. If you have to cap for Hippowdon, they were not defensive invested apart from 24 HP in Mega Lucario. that was it. That was it. So I'm not sure it mattered or not. But in the end, they went for to transform to the Mega Steelix, knowing that they could not touch them. Like nothing on that side of the field could touch them apart from the Earthquake from Hippowdon. And
they really did make the best play possible.
At full health, at full attack, and in sand, it was not going to be stopped. Mew picking up 2 KOs transformed us to Mega Steelix, and rightfully deserving it as well.
Yeah, no, there was no question about it whatsoever that Team Subs really picked up from last week. They really showed out and they learned from their mistakes. And I'm really glad to see them perform. The only thing I would wish that if it was a cleaner game.
Oh,
that's
God,
the only thing that I would wish.
They got very lucky in this game. I mean, the score did not matter too much, particularly with the grassy terrain. The EQ still picked up the kill on Shiftry. The full power on Lele, the turn it protected. Oh, that was painful.
That was big.
Even worse.
That was really big.
Even worse that Team Blue Hunters called it on their side. They called it completely because I checked to see what they were doing on that turn, and they called it before. Like, we just don't want its full power. Don't say that, and of course it happened. It had to happen. The double rock, the double rock slide at that point did not matter. Team Subs were picking up the win. A 2-0 victory for them, and good to see them picking up after last week as well. If we want, we can move on to our second game of the week: Team Drinking Birds versus Team We Disney. Drinking Birds bringing Lightning.
All right, this one.
Oh, let's go through the mons first. Lightning, Blastoise, Landorus, Mega Venusaur, Darmanitan, and Ninetales for Team Drinking Birds, and We Disney bringing Tapu Koko, Tornadus Incarnate, Gyarados, Magmortar, Landorus, and Hawlucha. And right off the bat, that turn one. Can we talk about the turn one? Beautiful.
It was good, like what we saw in the last game with Team Blue Hunters and Subs. They focused on the threat. They knew that if the Lightning was able to get off its shenanigans of Belly Drum extreme speed, they would be in a really, really bad situation in terms of making sure that they have to play around it. So, out of the way, which they did wonderfully with Skydrop. Love the use of Skydrop in this match.
It was basically a perfect turn one for them, really.
Yeah.
Also, if we talk about things that are underrated, Shofu is underrated as a battler. He put in the maddest predictions in this game.
He made
the call to protect the Tornadus. The turn it was doubled. He made the call to D-Dance the first time round when he had the best opportunity to. He made the call for Waterfall Hurricane. He made a lot of crucial calls that otherwise may have put them in a worse position.
Yeah, I 100% agree on that. Never ever sleep on a person who, in regular format, can make the predictions, because I watched Shofu was one of the first people that I watched and got into this community, and I respect him 100% on his decision making. The fact he can transfer that over into doubles format in a multi-battle format, and on top of that, where you'd be dealing with 2 people instead of 1, just yourself. Great decision making, and Duncan allowing to trust Shofu on his calls. 100%, love it.
It was he did it in the first match as well. In the first match, he was fantastic. Second match, even more so. Shofu will and his calls will probably be the key to them making top if they make the top cut this year. That'll be fantastic for them. But as we said, the turn one, the follow me over fake out prediction. Immediately to skydrop the Linoon, to break the follow me. Turn 2, it comes back down and gets hurricaned into oblivion.
No, like you said, just get rid of the threat.
Yeah,
get rid of the immediate
the threat was there.
Keep on working.
And they dealt with it. They dealt with it perfectly. From that point on, Drinking Birds really couldn't recover with the monster they had brought.
Yeah, I'm looking at like the plays that happened just to make sure take a reference. It was really just an up. With the roster that they had versus what Disney had left.
You might want to repeat that because
you
did cut out a little bit slightly. You might want to repeat that.
Okay, so with the roster that Drinking Birds brought versus the roster that Team We Disney had left after those first 2 turns where they just got rid of the Lightning and got rid of the Blastos as well. It was a really rough situation because
they didn't get rid of Blastos right away. Blastos still had some HP left.
No, but it was crippled. It was just crippled.
It was very much crippled though. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Mega Venusaur literally just said, "Hello, how are you doing?" Oh God, there's a freaking supersonic.
Yep. Oh Lord, there's a Gyarados falling from the sky. Oh dear Lord. That was another fantastic call made there. That one by Doka making a really good call to go for the Sky Strike. Like doing all the calcs that it would chunk the Mega Venusaur even if it protected. So it was a really good.
Yeah, and actually before that play happened, I will definitely shout out to you mentioned it before about the Tailwind Drag DD play. Really do agree on that because of the fact of Landorus Therian, or it was Landorus Therian bringing the Rock Tomb, correct?
Yes. It
ensured that the team would be able, the team hitters on We Disney's side would outspeed everything that Drinking Birds brought, no matter what the situation at all. So that was, I think, a really good play of just going into that, trying to get that speed advantage right off that turn.
Very good prep. They have a really good prep this week from We Disney.
Oh yeah, no,
fantastic.
Especially the Scarf Coco.
Yes, Scarf. It was Scarf Coco, which outsped everything except Scarf Pheromosa. Hawlucha with Unburdened Hawlucha after it had Electric Seed is the only thing that could have outsped Scarf Pheromosa, and it would have killed it. Can we talk? I want to talk about that quick. The Electric Seed Hawlucha. I love that. I absolutely love that.
It was a smart play. The seeds are very underrated right now.
I think the seeds have come rising into prominence since you could automatically set up the terrains now.
Definitely.
And that's going to be a big tool to use for Team We Disney, considering they have both Coco and Bulu on their team.
Yep, and even if, let's just say, I'm going to quickly look up Hawlucha's stats, but just having a general +1 defense makes you a whole lot scarier as an offensive mom, because you're automatically at this point living things that you shouldn't live if something comes your way that in that particular stat. So it was just an advantageous position altogether to get that unburdened loose, get that +1, and be that threat that Hawlucha is when it has that unburdened.
At the stage it did come in, that it was all too late for Drinking Birds. At that point, it was. At that point, it was just Darmanitan and Ninetales against Hawlucha and
the world,
Hawlucha Coco,
the literal world.
Yeah, Hawlucha Coco, and I believe whatever.
Landorus didn't even hit the field.
Landorus, no. My slide is actually incorrect there with the deaths on there. I apologize for that. I just completely forgot to change it.
Don't worry. You'll see them correctly. Yeah. You'll see them correctly. We don't at the moment, but we know for a fact Hawlucha did live. Landorus Incarnate did not hit the field, as I recall correctly.
Lando didn't hit the field at all, and Coco lived as well. Coco survived. So I'll be honest. I'll see if I can edit that slide in. I'll see if I can edit the correct slide in over the top.
Shoot! You're doing this live. My apologies.
Yeah, I am doing it live. It doesn't matter though. We're gonna keep on going. So
we believe.
You will see incorrect, but Coco did live. Lando didn't even touch the field once, which is very impressive. And Hawlucha did live as well. Picking up 1 KO, I just forgot to completely edit the slide. That's my fault for the oversight. My fault completely.
So we all see who the superior Ludicolo is at the moment. Actually, no, we're probably kind of even at this point. Never mind.
I caught one mistake before we started. That's
true.
And this one slipped through the cracks. I would like to point Z Grudge. Very nice.
Oh, I actually had to look up what Z Grudge did, and that really was a smart play.
It was fantastic. Yeah, the Z Grudge redirects attacks, so it was trying to redirect the waterfall from Gyarados to knock it out and to get rid of all its waterfalls. It was a very smart play. Only problem, it was in the sun. Yeah. Only problem there, it was still in the sun.
It was just too late. It was just too late for them. Even then, Gyarados could have. It was outspeeding at the time. It could have just bounced. Yeah, also true.
It was just going to chunk anything that came in. Wrapping up with the acrobatics and the Thunderbolt, a 3-0 win for Team We Disney, and that you'll see the standings later. That has quite a good impact on it as we move on.
Oh yeah, it's only week 2.
Oh no, it's only week 2, but this will still be fantastic for them. Let's go.
Oh
on.
yeah.
Let's go on. Let's go on to our third match: Team Dreamball versus Team Leaky, and this match as well. This has probably one of my favorite moments. From this
was
one of my best moments from this week.
Yeah.
Let's go over their rosters for this week. Team Dreamball bringing Bronzong, Scrafty, Mega Ordino, Heatran, Zapdos, and Tapu Fini. Team Leaky bringing Sylveon, Amberpalm, Necrozma, Magmar, Mega Gyarados, and Abomasnow. And the initial first few turns from Leaky and Dreamball trading the flinches, I liked seeing that back and forth.
Oh my god, I never like seen so much flinch pressure going off in like the first 3-4 turns.
I've never seen so many flinches in 2 turns.
That's like, he was like, okay, I'm bringing Fake Out, I'm bringing Flink King's Rock. This thing is not moving at all today.
Flink King's Rock Amberpalm was a very good bring, allowing the Sylveon to set up the Z Celebrate, +1 everything, to then Baton Pass into Necrozma. That was the big setup, and all of those flinches was just to stop Bronzong from setting up Trick Room. Turn 3, this is where I want to highlight the great play. The taunt from Amberpalm coming out into the Bronzong to try and stop it from Trick Rooming. And there they reveal the Z Trick Room. Breaking through that taunt, setting up the Trick Room, and halting all momentum from Team Leaky. It changed it changed the entire match.
It literally came into, okay, basically in our hands to, oh my god, it's slowly slow. We have to recover the ball. We have to do this now. We have to. The fact that the immediate next thing that they did was activate their own Trick Room to counteract it, lost all momentum altogether. The Team League gained in those first 3 turns.
Yeah, everything they started so bright. They started so brightly. A lot of everything was going well for them, but all of a sudden, bam! Trick Room gets set up, and they are just stopped. All momentum is gone, and they spend the next 4 turns trying to recover it. It didn't attack for 4 turns, setting up Trick Room, Moonlighting. It got flinched by Scrafty when it came in and faked out again, lowering the antagonist's stored power. Also, I'd like to point that out quickly. In their team builder, they mentioned Team Leaky going over the stored power calculation. It's 20. It's 20 base power 20 times the number of boosts plus another 20, not 20 times the boost. You are underpowering your own stored power.
Oh dear, that's
please.
You don't want to do that.
Please don't do that
because
again.
you could be risking out on saying, okay, I need to switch out because I don't kill. I need to preserve this mon.
I know it's not the easiest to remember. Just try and remember it. Just try and remember that.
Yeah, no, it's one of those unique things that you just gotta, when you know you bring it, just make sure you're on top of it. But I'm gonna just really quickly I love that Z Celebrate play. I loved it altogether. I love that also both teams brought Trick Room so that if the other team did bring it, they can counter it.
Yes, it was fun to see a Trick Room battle.
It was definitely fun, and I'd say the Dream Ball played the rest of this game very, very well for the fact that they had such a rocky start.
They played it fantastically from that point onwards.
Yeah, they
I would say, did
stopping Necrozma from doing what he was going to do.
Did Dreamball manage to? Did they suss the store power immediately?
I don't think they did not. I'm pretty sure they did not expect the store power. They just saw that it was a boosted Necrozma, and just say that's a potential option that they could do. But we just need to just make sure that this Necrozma, even though it has all the boosts, to just make it not do any force to do anything else but to attack. And that's what they did. That's literally what they did. The Necrozma was just distracted from doing Trick Room plays, from recovering after just taking too much damage from doing those Trick Room plays. They stopped it. They halted it altogether, which was amazing.
Yeah, the only reason I was thinking they might have sussed it was because they weren't trying to knock off the Necrozma. If they did, however, that would have been very badly for them. It was a weakness policy Necrozma.
Oh boy.
And they were hoping, they were praying for the knockoff to come into it. They were praying so hard for it to come off, boosting that store power by another 60 points.
That would have been something. That definitely would have been something, because I'm looking at it like Mega Aldino and Scrappy are the 2 knockoff users on this roster right now, and that's in the 6 that they brought. So
Aldino was carrying.
Wow. No, it was not, but it was a potential because I know for about all the guys knocked off. Yeah.
That's fair enough. I think
but yeah,
I think the crucial mistake from Leaky in the end game at least was leaving Ordino alive. They left that alive for far too long, and it really bit them because it was allowed to sit there in its trick room and just keep spamming heal pulse onto the Finny, keep healing it back up, healing it back up.
I'm going to quickly really do this really quickly.
Go do your thing.
I'm just writing down what I know for a fact. What the moveset was. I'm pretty sure it was just a pure support Mega Audino. By the way,
I think if I remember correctly, I think it had Protect Flamethrower for the.
Oh no, it did have Flamethrower. That is correct. So that was only offensive move. But I know if I had Trick Room, it had Hypnosis and it had Heal Post.
Oh, Hypnosis.
Yes, because it was. Yeah. Oh no, I think that was the Bronze Zone because of the fact that when it did C Trick Room, it got the +1 in accuracy.
Yeah.
Never mind. So in that case, I'm gonna quickly double check the moveset of the Mega Audino. But
yeah.
But yeah, I love the synergy that they had of Tapu Fini and the Mega Audino thing stuff. Yes.
I enjoyed seeing it go off. I enjoyed the utilization of the cleric role that Mega Audino's famed for. Really, not having to rely on wish passing as it would in singles, but in doubles instead, utilizing the heal pulse to just keep healing. It kept the Finny alive as it tore through Leaky's back end.
Oh my lord, yeah. It was enough pressure.
Yeah,
Muddy Water
carrying Magmar, Muddy Water carrying a Bomb of Snow, and Moonblast eventually getting rid of the Crossma before the forfeit on turn 16. While they still had Mega Gyarados and Sylveon still in play. So it turns out a 5-0 victory for Team Dream Ball. It could have been 4-0. I was slightly confused by the forfeit. Because,
yeah, I was going to ask that on your end because you watched that side. Yeah, I was like, they could have still done something, like lower differential.
Yes, they could have
done a lot of things.
They did mention afterwards
that was the first move.
They didn't mention afterwards, not in the video, but elsewhere, that they didn't think the differential mattered too much. In terms, they thought it was just for the MVP table. No, it matters for your standings. It really does matter for your standings. That could be the difference between making top cut and not.
Yeah, I'm just letting you know. The fourth move was Simple Beam, so it was just only a mono attacking flamethrower. So just to neuter things like the Mega Gyarados for the Necrozma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have liked
really smart.
Just imagine if the Simple Beam had come out onto the Sylveon. Oh Lord.
Yeah.
If that scenario had happened, that would have been quite something. I would have liked to see that. I would have liked to see that actually.
Oh my god! I just realized what you just said.
Yep, +2 everything.
Oh my god.
+2 everything, then Baton Pass. That would have been amazing.
Raid boss in the Necrozma.
That's fine. Unfortunately, that scenario didn't happen. We would like to see it happen. Though. Make it happen.
Oh my lord.
We want to see it.
Please.
That's a challenge now. If someone can make that happen, even on their own side, I want to see it, please. And on that,
but I think we've talked in here.
We've talked enough about this match. We can move on to the fourth match, which is Team Mythical against Team Jamie. Team Mythical. Yeah, this is a fun match to watch. Team Mythical with Mega Metacham, Mega Glalie, Guzzlord, Cresselia, Garchomp, and Gourgeist. Team Jamie bringing Porygon Z, Mr. Mime, Tyranitar, Mega Blastoise, Excadrill, and Yanmega. And Jamie Boy couldn't have put this better himself. But who knew Fake Out Protect was the perfect play?
Yeah.
He put it. That was one of the last things he said in that video. Who knew that Fake Out Protect was the perfect play? And it really was. Protecting Mega Glalie turn 1, probably in fear of the either Porygon Z or Mr. Mime lead. Not sure which one it would have been the most. But getting the Fake Out onto the Mr. Mime, stopping it from any of its shenanigans, which it had a lot of shenanigans. It had...
I don't... What did it have, honestly?
It had Wide Guard, Follow Me, Icy Wind, and Dazzling Gleam with Farium Z. So it was Twinkle Tackle. Mr. Mime.
I love it. I mean, you can't laugh at it. It has base, I think, 125 special attack.
It is a really good special attack. And even better as a support mon. Obviously, access to dual screens, Wide Guard and Follow Me as they wanted to utilize in this match, but sadly didn't. It was.
I like it. I like it. I like the team that Team Mythical brought. I agree with it 100%. But I felt like I noticed in the match. I feel like they could have made their plays more thought out. There was at one point where Joe said to his partner that, okay, we're gonna do this, and then he's like thinking it through, like, no way, we should do this, but the other person automatically locked in that first play. Just take your time with this stuff. You have 100 seconds to think things out. You don't have to do that rush decision. Calm things out.
I think if they go over and watch a lot of the other teams, they will go right down to the wire for every single one of the moves. Just debating it over with themselves.
Most of the teams went down to under 50 seconds.
Oh, most went under 20 seconds. Most went under
even
20
Team
seconds.
Flawless.
I wasn't so sure. I didn't watch Team Flawless side. I watched Team Savage.
Okay.
But we'll get onto that soon.
Yeah.
After that turn 1, that really ruined them for the turn 2. The turn 2 was amazing for Team Mythical.
Oh my lord, it was.
The very big weakness, a very big risk for Team Jamie. They put all their fighting weaknesses on one side.
Yep.
Why did you do that?
I was so weirded out of that play.
Paragon,
like,
T-Time, Extra Drill. Oh dear lord, why?
Oh my god. It would have... First and foremost, sacking off your Tyranitar, it worked in the long run, as we can see by the result. But that's not a smart play at all. That is just no.
But listening to their side, they were in a panic because they had to sack off their T-Tar when that was another win-con for them if Paragon didn't work. Paragon was their main win-con, but T-Tar was their backup. And losing that on the second turn of the game was massive. It put Team Mythical in a brilliant position.
Oh my gosh,
they were in a really good position. And then it dropped on... It changed in the drop of a penny as Ironhead flinched Metacham.
Imagine if...
why?
If the stabbing they had was Drain Punch. They didn't bring High Jump Kick. They wanted to bring High Jump Kick, but something happened within the breeding that they just didn't get the High Jump Kick onto the Mega Metacham. However, still...
I mean,
just because it's a Mega Metacham going for a Drain Punch. It doesn't matter how much damage you are dealing, we're going to recover all that back.
Absolutely.
The fact that it didn't... it was such a bad turn of events after, because all the momentum that Mythical had, gone. Literally just evaporated.
Just out of there. The Ironhead flinch. Oh, I felt so bad. I felt so horrible watching it because I wanted to see them do well, and they were playing very well. Up until that.
Yeah, I love Mega Metacham.
They played
Mega
really
Man
well
is one of my
in
favorites.
They played really well in this match. Credit to Team Mythical where it's due. But that flinch really changed the match. It allowed Jamie to finally get the front foot. Knocking out the Metacham to Sand, I believe it went down to.
Sand, it was Sand, yes.
It went out to Sand, which is the reason why you will see T-Tar with the kill, even though it died in the second turn.
Yep.
Good one, guys.
Shout outs to T-Tar from the Brave. But I definitely...
After that point...
We'll go.
After that point, it was really like a bit of a back and forth of Jamie trying to set up their win-con, whilst Mythical were trying to, as far as I know, trying to prevent them from doing that and setting up their own win-con with Guzzlord. Guzzlord Cresselia. Who knew that Guzzlord could put in the mad work? I enjoyed that. Hammer Arm Guzzlord.
I always knew Guzzlord could be a thing. Especially since Cresselia is a very, very common user of Trick Room. The Hammer Arm on Guzzlord is just... It covers, like you said, all 3 fighting weakness models on one basket. Having the Hammer Arm on that Guzzlord slot was amazing. Unfortunately, though, as much as Guzzlord's HP is amazing, it is bulky.
Yeah, its HP is fantastic.
No existence of the bulk.
Its overall bulk is not the best. It isn't. It did eat up the 2 Aura Spheres from Mega Blastoise. The first one with Mega Launcher, the second one without. Before eventually going down to the ice.
Without it, yeah. That was a smart play as well. I love that play as well.
Yeah, the skill swap was a nice bring button on their part. Very much enjoyed that. Eventually, they were able to finally find the swing of things, knocking out the final mon on Mythical side, which I believe was the Garchomp, with a Blastoise Ice Beam. And for the second week in a row, Mythical bringing Phantom Force. Question: why do they keep bringing Phantom Force?
I don't know. I don't know. That's a good question to ask. But
it is.
The fact
it learns Shadow Ball?
Yeah, it learns Shadow Ball. It gets Shadow Claw as well, and Shadow Sneak.
Yeah, Shadow Sneak if you wanted priority. Shadow Claw.
It's priority.
If you wanted some kind of physical move. But Phantom Force leaves you so wide open, as we then saw as Z Conversion came out from Porygon Z, capitalizing on it.
Yeah.
Changing into changing into the Dark type with Dark Pulse in its first slot. And as soon as that happened, the game was up. Dark Pulse,
yeah, no, it was literally nothing could have been
Dark
done.
Pulse, knock out Mega Glalie. Dark Pulse knocks out whatever the last one was. I believe it was Cresselia, the last one.
Yeah, it was Cresselia, Mega Glalie. It was Cresselia, Mega Glalie, and
Gorgeist, Glalie, Cresselia. As soon as it was set up to +1 in every stat, it was just wipe out, all gone.
You can't literally live anything because all three mons were either weak or the stab +1 just did too much at that point, and you lost too much HP to live anything.
Not to mention adaptability boosted stab +1. So of course, yes, adaptability boosted Dark Pulse at +1.
Yeah. No, nothing's slipping. Nothing is slipping.
They
were like saying like, how is this Porygon Z like doing this much damage? You just said adaptability. That makes all the sense.
Adaptability. And yes, it was. I mean, I'm fairly certain they would if they wanted to run analytic, they could have. But adaptability.
What's the fun in that?
But yeah, where's the fun in that? Where you can have a ×2 stab Dark Pulse.
Literally just disgusting.
It was not disgusting.
And shout out to them all.
I mean,
shout out to them all for doing it.
They played very well to get themselves into that winning position, but the Phantom Force really left Team Mythical open to just to have that happen to them. And I like seeing the Phantom Force attempted. I like seeing it attempted, but this 2 times in a row it has not worked.
I mean, personally, I like the Z Trick or Treat.
The Z Trick or Treat was a nice play. I enjoy it, but with no move to initially capitalize on it immediately after, you're left open. Which is what they find out. Also, I want to quickly call out Jamie Miller for the terrible mega joke he made at the end of the video, saying, "Oh, we have isn't it funny? We have both our megas on one side." Poor joke. Terrible.
This is where we put a vote in to knock down that Jamie to have finally 2 for each team. This is where we submit that vote to kick him off the island.
Giving you a couple more chances here, Miller. Make a better joke next week, or I'm not forgiving you, because that was not good.
Seriously, man. Seriously.
Ugh, please don't. Now, as we see there, a 4-0 win for Team Jamie as we move on to our 5th match, which is Team Juice versus Team Not Scored. Now, this match was very, very late recorded. People in the Discord will know this, but it was recorded so late that we could not do a recap on it. So we were able to get you the score. We were able to update the MVP table, but we cannot do a full recap on it. It came up just too late. As you can see that it was...
Yeah, I can't wait to watch this.
The video has already gone up. It went up yesterday. Team Not Scored coming out with the 1-0 victory over Team Juice. We look forward to recapping that at the start of Week 3. It will be the first one we've done before all our Week 3 matches. Speaking of, that might be a little bit late next week because myself, Toby, Tailwind, and Toast are all in Birmingham for the Birmingham Regionals.
How dare you have pleasure? How dare you be in a competition? This is the most important thing in your life now. Nothing else. What is wrong with you, man?
Hey, I just want more CPU than Toast. I'm calling him out.
You know what? That's a good shout. Show me, boss.
That's all I want. That's all I want out of this. I mean, I've got 6 so far, so we're not doing too bad. Not doing too bad. But we're getting off track. Team Not Scored picking up their 2nd win in a row. 1-0 against Team Juice. We'll recap it all at the start of Week 3 as we move on to our final match of the week.
Before we go on, to this day, we still do not know what is Team Not Skull's logo. Do you have an idea? Because I have no idea what it is.
I believe it is a mix of Buzzwole, Suicune, oh dear God, just everything. Really, it's a mix of nearly every mon on their team. Let me pull up their picture again. Yeah, that is a mix of Buzzwole, Garchomp's head, the phrase of Malamar and or Suicune. We do not know.
We just it's just no. This is a bunch of no.
We don't know entirely.
This is if you watch Digimon, this is Digimon gone wrong.
Yeah, probably. What looks like the bottom half of Licky Licky, I don't entirely know. We'll let them explain it, or go watch their logo video to do that. Anyway,
yep,
that is true. We've been on the picture of this match for quite a while now. We'll actually talk about it. Team Flawless versus Team Cyberbaz. Flawless, we're bringing Infernape, Galvantula, Mammothswine, Togekiss, Hooper Unbound, and Magearna. Cyberbaz bringing Jirachi, Mega Aerodactyl, Nidoqueen, Volcarona, Breloom, and Azumarill. And
this...
Yeah, you go.
Okay.
You go. I see you have some choice words.
Yeah.
Go for it.
I would say they started off great in terms of Team Flawless. Amazing, great play, 100%.
Very good.
They actually played well against the Volcarona that set it up. That set up to +1, and just the succeeding turn after. The thought process was nothing will happen. Our Magearna is safe. We don't need to protect. It's like we can. They're gonna focus on the other person. We don't need to protect this turn because we just sent it out. This is the bigger. Even though this is the bigger threat, we have the advantage at the moment. We do not need to.
That was the fatal flaw. Clearly. Then again, Cyberbaz were debating what one to target with the Earth Power right up until the final, probably 30 seconds. When they decided,
because they were like, there's no way they're gonna double into Magearna.
Yeah,
there was no way.
I think finally it was Baz that finally said, I think we should just double into the Magearna before we try setting up anything. Because if they had Earth powered the Mon next to it, which I believe at the time was
Nape.
So, what was it?
Infernape. I'm pretty sure.
I believe it was Infernape next to it at the time. Then it would have been able to get up a Soul Heart boost. It would have lived the heat wave because they correctly predicted it was Ockerberry because of course it's Ockerberry. And they just thought, right, let's just get this out before it starts any shenanigans, and successfully double targeting it without the protect coming out. Oh, that put such a dent into their team.
Yeah, and that was like the beginning of the end, because from that moment on, they immediately got the pressure. I believe at this point as well, Togekiss was gone from the Z overheat. They just lost me for a minute. They got it out, and they were left with Galvantula. That Galvantula, literally all he did after those Togekiss was to slow down the Nidoqueen, which is already naturally slow. And it was just, it could have been so much more. 1 second.
Let's just want to go back to very early on in the match, like right at the start.
Yeah.
Cyberbaz, your attempted flinch with Heart Stamp. I do not approve of Serene Grace Heart Stamp.
I will respect it.
I do not approve. And you know this makes up for the Fling Kings Rock last week, with a 40% chance to not flinch pulling through. That makes up for it. No shenanigans for Jirachi this week. No shenanigans. As we saw, as it just got completely bulldozed by Mammothswine before it itself went down to its own life orb.
Yeah, but what comes around goes around. So things happen. Don't worry. That's why I respect it. Don't worry.
That is your retribution. Finally. I know it's bad. Fun enough, I had them to win in this match. So and me saying that, that's not going to go down too well. Moving on, after the beginner had gone, it was time for Nidoqueen to shine.
Oh my god, like you're saying here, 3 kills, 1 death.
Yep.
It took out Infernape, it took out Magearna.
It came in and went, hi Magearna, bye Magearna. It went, hi Infernape, bye Infernape. It went, hello there Galvantula, bye Galvantula, Earth Power.
Everything.
Gone.
I'm curious, what was the item on it?
The item on Nidoqueen, I'll be honest. I don't actually know because they did not. They didn't have any kind of screen or like any kind of image for me to capture from their team builder, which was not. Which was. I probably should have actually listened to it and gone through what was on the Nidoqueen. I didn't, which was kind of my fault. But it was just slaughter.
Yeah,
it was slaughter.
And Nidoqueen helped preserve that the Breloom would be the last mon. That Breloom at the end.
Yeah, it kept the Breloom in the back. Azumarill came out and got completely ran down by Acid Downpour. Hooper putting in the work to put it back. At the time that Hooper came out, they were, I believe,
it was I think 1-4.
I think it was 3-1 at this point with Nidoqueen, Azumarill, and Breloom still on the field.
Okay.
Still intact.
Yeah, because it was Volcarona was dead, Mega Arrow was dead from that side. Yeah.
Yes.
So it was 3-1.
Yes. It took out Azumarill with the Acid Downpour, which was quite funny to see from Cyberbass's side, just saying, "Well, that's how you guarantee the gunk shot doesn't miss." And yeah, they make a point. True. They were saying that I believe they were EV to live a gunk shot from Hooper.
Cool.
I believe they were just. It was a very. I think it was like a max roll they had to get to knock it out. But yeah, the Acid Downpour just taken out completely, and the Hyperspace Fury taking out the Nidoqueen, putting it to a 1-on-1 situation, which ended abruptly with Breloom and Bullet Seed.
Yeah.
Shout outs to Bullet Seed. That is an underrated move.
No, it's a very amazing move on Breloom. I'm pretty sure if they were running Technician, that's just damage.
I think there must have been, yes, just to pick up that KO on Hooper from that range, and in so little bullets as well.
No, yeah, there's only two rounds, and I'm pretty sure also they were Beryl was saying that they were really hoping that Breloom wasn't max speed because they weren't max speed, so they still if it wasn't max speed, they would have had a chance to outspeed. So it just good prep from Cyberbass's side.
Yeah, it was very good prep. From what I did listen to, they prepped very, very well, particularly for Magina, like knowing that it was probably going to come to this match. They prepped well for that. They all around they played a very technical game.
Yes, 100%. They knew what to give up
in order to set up their win conditions. Much like Team Jamie against Team Mythical, they played technically to set up their win condition, and they just ran through with it.
Very much so.
Which is very good to see. As you can see on there, I want to win to Cyberbaz, and with that, we can start moving on to the standings. If you have anything else to say about this match?
No, 100%. I loved it. I just love because it was both sides. As besides the Magirna play,
yes,
I am very sad about the Magirna play. They both played well.
I think we've talked enough about that. So,
yeah.
Now we can move on.
I'm still a little bit hurting, but yeah.
It's fine. We can go on to the standings for week 2. You can see on your screen now the bottom 6. Mythical, unfortunately, are still bottom with 0 and 2, -9 difference. Team Juice moved down 1 to 11th. Blue Hunters and Leaky down 3 each to 10th and 9th, respectively. Subs are up 3 to 8th, and Drinking Birds are down 3 to 7th place. I believe they are currently equal on KOs. I'll have to check that quickly on the homepage of the doc, which you should definitely go and check out. We do a lot of work on it.
Yes, you should.
Drinking Birds currently have 1 more KO than Subs, which puts them above. As we move into the top half, you see that golden line there for the top 2 in the playoffs. We Disney currently number 1, a 2-0 record, +7 differential, 1 more than Team Cyberbaz, which I'm sure that Dunkel will be extremely happy about being number 1 so early on, and going into week 3 with all the momentum in the world. We go up from the bottom here. Team Flawless 1-1. They're down 3 in 6th place. Jamie and Dreamball up 4 places each to 5th and 4th, and Not Scored after their late victory over Juice, moving to 2-0 and up into 3rd place.
Just want to say real quick, this is still week 2, guys. You're going to see this standings change every single week until we get into the final week. So it's going to be volatile as hell. But get your glory. Get your glory right off the bat. But just know that you got to keep on with your playing. You don't slack off just because for the first 2 weeks you're doing great.
Or not doing so well either. Like, even if you're 0-2 at this stage, for the players that are watching, it's not the end of the world just yet. As we saw from Team Mythical, they improved greatly during this match. Blue Hunters also improving from their week before. They were just very unlucky in their match. Team Juice, yet to see. We'll wait to watch their match. properly to make a judgment on how they play.
Judge a bit, yeah.
And yeah, another thing you'll see changing a lot is the MVP table. And
Very true.
Yeah, as you can see on your screen now, Buzzwole takes the lead in the MVP standing with 6 KOs. Another, yes, it's kind of a tiny bit of spoilers for those who haven't watched the match already for Team Juice versus Team Not Scored. Buzzwole picked up 3 KOs in this match. From
Dear God.
Yep, it was able to really lay the hammer down. from what I've been informed, at least. McGinn falls to
I didn't realize it was Overwatch.
Oh, all right, Reinhardt, you can calm down. Yeah. You can calm it. Although then again, if Team Not Scored want to change the name of their Buzzwole to Reinhardt, please do so. Just to amuse us. If more than anything.
Amuse your analysts overlords.
Exactly. McGinn falling to second, still on 5, but with that 1 death. Porygon Z instantly jumping up into 3rd place with 4 kills and the 1 death. We move into the bottom half, and the only 3 mons to stay on the top 10 in this part at least were Azumarill, who is now 8th, Crobat, which is down to 10th, and Tapu Koko down to 5th. And everything else on this is entirely new. We see Tapu Fini in 4th place with 4 KOs and just the 1 death from week 1. Koko is on 3-0. Gyarados and Nidoqueen and Azumarill all on 3-1. And Hooper Unbound climbing into the top 10 with the 2 KOs this week in 9th place. Crobat in 10th with the 1 KO this week. And as I mentioned last week, you can see the full MVP table on the Season 2 document, which will be linked in the description below. We hope you go check it out. We put a lot of work into it.
Yes, definitely.
And again, this is also going to be extremely volatile for the first 2 weeks. Like last week, we had, if I remember correctly, we had things such as T-Tar was on the cusp of getting in. We had Mega Steelix coming in. I believe at number 10. Mega Sharpedo was number 9 on that.
Yeah,
what else was there? Bronzong was there. Blastoise was there. Aegislash was there.
Yes, also I remember Aegislash, yeah.
Yes, they were all on this list, but have all fallen off from these week's matches. We hope to see some of those come back up. I would love to see Blastoise come back up into the top 10 because that.
I would personally like to see.
I'd like to see Blastoise come back up. Bronzong, yeah, Mega Sharpedo. Rotom Fan is still out there on the cusp on 2 kills. Landorus T just missed out on this list again on alphabetical order. Yes, it's how it's going to be for the MVP. Tyranitar again on the cusp of this one. It's currently in 12th, looking at the MVP table with the 2 passive KOs, keeping it outside of the top 10. It's picking up.
It's so sad.
I know
it's
it is.
So sad.
I know it is. T-Tar very close. We should have like an honorable mentions on the very next slide. Breloom,
we'll figure it out.
Maybe. Breloom, Shiftry, and Mew all climbing up very high because of this week's matches. Maybe they could maybe climb into the top 10 next week. We will have to wait and see.
Easily so.
We'll have to wait and see. And I believe that is it for this week. We thank you very much for joining and watching us this week. You should all go and join the MBL Discord to support your favorite team. Like, share, subscribe, do whatever you want to do for this video. And for us, it really helps us out as analysts, as I mentioned last week. Go check out the doc. Go check out all the battle videos from this week. They are all linked on the document, or I believe most of them are linked on the document already. And as always, I'm that guy Harvey.
And I am the Monster Rebel.
And we wish you a very good morning, afternoon, evening, or night, whenever you're watching. Goodbye.
Yes, you have a good day, guys.